win without scoring 90 points, which is about at their average. The tip is underway here at Gainbridge Field. Gray being defended by Mitchell, finds Howard, trying to size it up, has the most three-point makes in the league. Howard takes it away. She's got the most steals in the league too, by the way, and gets the two.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable activity, and nice finish there by Angel.
Angel's first bucket. A tough one to get, but avoiding the traffic.
To someone that's not just consistent, but someone that's really impactful as it relates to winning.
Caitlin Clark in the mid-range, gives it back up to Billings. Clark fires for her first three-pointer of the night. Flips it up and in. Sophie Cunningham is now checked in. And a good play, and a dump down pass to Timpson. Boston with that left hand. 5 points in 5 minutes. Caitlin Clark looking for it against Pow Pow, spins off of her, goes glass. The three-point barrage continues for Sophie. Pass, the finish. Borlase coming off that career-high game on Sunday. When at Hines Allen, Angel strong off the glass for two, and the foul. Kelsey Metzel pouring it in from distance. Her first three of the night. And here comes Canada back the other way. From Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and the reverse there for Naz Hillman.
Atlanta.
Another rebound for Angel Reese. Make it 4 on the night.
There's not a ton of players in this league doing that as Hillman hits that three. Like, there's not a ton. If you have to pause a little bit so you don't go off of it before she's set.
Sophie Cunningham, unconscious in the last few games, and she's 2 for 2 tonight. What a pass, Cunningham, what a finish. Canada shovel pass to Borlase. Kelsey Mitchell taking a peek, 1 second on the shot clock, and Canada takes it away. Way to fight, Jordan Canada.
Let's go.
Alicia Gray. No. Boston from straight away. Good call. Pow Pow in the lane for two. That's 2 bench players for the Dream getting it done. And for the Fever. It's been close most of the way. Devin ties, Clark steps it back from mid-range this time.
That's a tough bucket.
Gray driving past Clark and finishes with the left. Gray will take matters into her own hands with the finish.
She's been able to get left.
Inside 2 minutes left to play. Borlase, Euro, stab, body bucket and one. Is the Euro allowed in Australia? Caitlin Clark, second three-pointer to finish the half. She uses a little muscle to get that one in. Going all the way, wow. Body bucket and one, falling down, Alicia Gray. Get the foul call that she was looking for. Clark back the other way. Caitlin Clark goes glass. Billings challenging Howard. What a tough two to get.
Looks like she's okay.
There's a length from Howard, forcing the turnover. Gets out to a cut-in. Jordan Canada for two.
And so what she's showing tonight is that she can impact it in every area of the game. And there's just not a lot of players in the league that can do that.
There's 7 of 14 shooting from the field for Caitlin Clark. Reese's first second half points.
I'm earning my keep.
What are the new terms being emphasized here this year? Mitchell from distance feeds Reese instead with the finish. Caitlin Clark leads back again to 9 points. Reese spins. Oh, nothing. Here's Boston with the back down. Turnaround finish. Aaliyah Boston's come alive here in the second half. 19. Boston going right at Hillman, who's got 4 personals. A 20-point game. Hillman for 3.
Big shot.
Drills it. She's a perfect 3 for 3 from 3 tonight.
She gives the Fever fans a nice quiet down.
Backdoor cut, Mitchell has it. Mitchell trying to hide behind Boston, now goes and attacks. Gray with the finish.
Not just scoring the ball, but her playmaking, and Mitchell, the ball in her hands, triggering things, and they had an incredible postseason run with those two.
Three-pointer for Mitchell, pours it in. Harris to Cunningham, we're tied. The Fever have climbed all the way back. Timeout Dream. Inside 5 minutes left to play. A clutch game for both of these teams. Reese spins and finishes. Beautifully done, 17 points. Behind the back pass. Well over the outstretched arms of Boston. The Dream on the move. Gray with the finish and some fast break points. Howard with the lean in. What a shot. Howard attacking Clark with the 5 personals. Off the glass. And a timeout by Stephanie White. Shooting just 33% here in the fourth. Fever got to make quick work of it, and that'll do it. Mitchell for 2. A cutting Angel Reese. Oh, she gets it.
Mitchell comes off the screens, but so does Clark. Up and in! But not for Caitlin.
93% from the free throw line, and then the three-pointer is just smooth as silk. She lives for these moments, and she lived up to it.
This chops up the game a little bit more with the fast pace and transition looks that the Fever want to get.
Clark, long range, got it!
Caitlin Clark is cold. Coming to her left once again. Smooth.
What a pass by Caitlin Clark. As you see, Caitlin Clark coming off the screen and roll. You roll as a post player.
All right, this is what Indiana wants to do. Get out in transition, see what they've got. Clark from deep. She wanted that.
Up the floor, she drove. So this time, Onyewere a little bit back on her heels, step back, bottoms. And for Caitlin Clark to see things go through early.
Mitchell. Finds out over to Clark. Clark on the baseline, under the hoop, puts it in. Points, 4 assists thus far.
This time to get some Caitlin Clark.
And so that scream's there for show. She rejects it, and she's got a clear lane.
Oh, the dime! How'd she get that through? Finished by Hines Allen.
Man, her favorite side to go through. Watch this by Clark. What a dime.
Clark likes to shoot going left and does.
Rhythm. This is one of her favorite things to do, as you said, going left, and she's able to free up some space with that.
Clark navigating, step back, it's good.
Where that screen is set by Billings gives her so much room and area to operate. It's the strength of just being really aggressive and attacking the basket.
Clark just 2 open and 1.
But because of it, she comes flying at her, gets underneath her landing space. Yeah, I would definitely anticipate this will be upgraded on the other side. They get Caitlin Clark going to her left, little side step.
Clark driving, oh, beautiful feed, Boston put it in. Clark with the ball on a string. Aaliyah Boston, this one a beauty.
Caitlin getting it right back. Turns the corner, home run. That will be 6 on her.
Let's go back to that. Look at that little in and out. Smooth line to the basket. All off. The tightness of this moves. That's nasty play.
A 1-point basketball game.
Well executed play. You see the stagger screen there for Caitlin Clark.
Oh, spinning to the rim.
Right here, Caitlin Clark, dangerous. Coming at you in transition. Playing fast. Aaliyah Boston seals in the paint,
Goes off the screen. Back to Austin. Clark in transition. Kelsey Mitchell lead Fever. Taking care of the basketball. Points off turnovers.
What a defensive play here by Aaliyah Boston. And what does it do? It allows Indiana to do what they do best, be on the run. Clark gets it over the top to Mitchell with the finish.
Clark on the inbound. Somehow she knew Mitchell would be open. Predicted the future there.
Mitchell coming through. Mitchell a little tied up and looks, keeps on running. Strong on the finish. Wide open on the weak side.
Running the floor. Pays off. Big plays by Aaliyah Boston when the Fever needed it most.
Flowing in transition. Aaliyah Boston capping this one off. Indiana trying to re-extend this lead.
Clark has deflected. Boston got it back. Clark, long range. Yes!
And right here, Caitlin Clark, comfortable, especially stepping in.
Clark, quickly, you can count it.
An overcast Tuesday evening in Circle City. Welcome to the WNBA on USA, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. The fans are not letting the weather dictate if they're showing up or not. Showing up in royal blue because Caitlin knew royalty was in the building tonight. This is a Fever team on a 3-game winning streak. This is a tempo team trying to snap.
Work down and shoot around and passing the ball around to find an open shot.
Deflected And controlled now by Sykes. Into the body of Hull, lays it up and in. Jab step again, no look to Boston. And Boston gets the Fever on the board.
The big one.
Sykes gets to the hoop, the harm, and will head to the free throw line. Clark and Boston. Deep one from Clark to start things off. Here's Hull as she gets it to go. Harrison not shy on the three, that knocks down. Ushkaita running the floor. Might be the easiest bucket on the roll. Follows her own, blocked by Boston, and they're gonna get a jump ball. That is showing the strength of Aaliyah Boston this season. Ushkaita, here's Mitchell, lays that up and in.
Out for both of them in the end.
Off the inbound, nice find to Mitchell. Here's Conde for three. That one is a beautiful shot.
And a much needed.
Back cut from Sykes right down the middle of the lane, lays it up and in.
Kind of trying to figure out how to get her back in the rhythm that she was playing with.
Boston inside, quick hook shot. Boston off the quick crossover, follows her own miss. How about Aaliyah Boston and her energy?
Taking her time.
Raven Johnson into the ball game for the Fever. Mitchell probing. Step through, over, off the window.
Kelsey Mitchell downhill, hard to stop unless you're going to bring the rotation over.
Mitchell attacking, probing, kicks. Johnson going baseline, 2 seconds, 1 second. Cunningham hits it! Here's Clark behind the back on Alman as she's going to get that to fall over the front of the rim. At the buzzer, here's Mabry. Gets that to go off the wing this evening. Here's Ushkaita. Good poise to finish there. Ushkaita continues to be the hot hand, but it's stripped by Clark. Clark attacking, lays that off. Ushkaita kicks it. Harrison in the corner. Back-to-back triples for Toronto. 3-point lead here for the Fever. And they're going to count the back. Benlay to Harrison. Doesn't go. Good defense there by Timpson. Clark, low cross. Behind the back, no look. Timpson with the finish.
Oh my gosh, that block.
Harrison works off the screen from Sykes. Sykes rises from three. Gets every bar.
Like to get up and down, but when they are able to set into their half-court offense, they can get some good looks.
In-out dribble from Clark for the lay-in. Here's Harrison for three. That one, Boston sealing space and finishing.
Boston does the right thing.
Clark now with it. Clark kicks it. Cunningham, pump fake, sidestep three. Sophie Cunningham hits. Mabry dribbles it off the foot of Cunningham. Up the floor, Cunningham under control.
But unforced errors by Toronto and the Fever are rolling.
Boston lays it up and in. Mabry, that three goes. Mitchell had that stripped. Sykes going the other way. Conde comes back to Sykes. In the paint, hanging, gets that to go.
Ushkaita went out with her fourth foul. So that is big when you look at Julie Alaman also not with the team on the bench right now.
Here she is, stretching from distance. That one looks good. Cross-court pass, here's Pui. 4 on the shot clock, Conde. A calming shot, too strong on the layup. Fever with a 5-on-4 here. Up the floor, Cunningham hits it. Mabry, mid-range jumper goes. That's a bucket that Mitchell. Distance. Gonna turn the corner, Clark. Mitchell gets it back, foul line jumper, that goes. Conde off the kick. The answer. Cunningham works off Hines Allen. Lines it up and knocks it down.
Available for Toronto to sub in.
Mitchell, even with the defender and Nurse out. Turn in the corner, kicks it in the corner. Here's Hines Allen, baseline, kick out, Cunningham. Yes! For the tempo. Here she is again. And the fans absolutely love it. Poked away from behind by Conde, but Billings is with it. Lob inside to Boston as she lays it up and in.
Great job and great patience.
91-74 lead here. So we wish her well as Sykes as Clark got that layup to go. Here's Ushkaita going into the body of Clark, gonna give her the bucket, the foul, and one more. Back tapped, Conde with it. Conde attacking, count the bucket, and the foul. Maria Conde gonna head to the free throw line for Toronto. season high 13 assists for Caitlin Clark tonight. Here's Clark from 3. She's been trying to get that one all night.
She had Nelson and Dakota pulled out on her, and she was just too tough. Clark on the floor. Meantime, Burke scores. Just her second. Take a look right here. Oh. Brittany Griner not going through her body. Should that qualifies as one of those.
Caitlin Clark got hit again. And once again, Brittany Griner was right in the middle of it. At some point, fans are going to stop calling this physical basketball and start calling it exactly what it looks like. Because when the same superstar keeps getting knocked around, when the same officials keep swallowing the whistle, and when the same names keep appearing in these controversial moments, it stops feeling random. It starts looking personal.
Spent a lot of time on this video, but Stephanie White needs to turn into Bobby Knight. Start throwing chairs. If a 7-foot player takes their shoulder and checks my point guard's face, I'm gonna be livid. I'm gonna be pissed off. 3 times, Griner took a cheap shot on Clark above the neck just this game alone. And she's done this in the past. She's hit her in the face. She's hit her with the elbow when she played for the Dream. Nothing new.
That is why this Fever versus Sun game exploded online. Not just because Indiana won, not just because Caitlin Clark dropped 25 points, not just because Sophie Cunningham went nuclear in the 4th quarter. It blew up because fans watched Clark take another brutal shot, watched the refs do nothing, and immediately said the same thing. Here we go again. The play everyone is talking about came when Clark was moving through the offense and Brittany Griner came across with heavy contact on a screen.
So what happened was this. So Caitlin Clark is playing defense. Brittany Griner lowers the shoulder and clocks her in the jaw. Like, I'm sorry, this is the shit that Conor McGregor did to Cowboy Cerrone that broke his face. Like, she drops her shoulder and then turns it in. Like, that is the only benefit of the doubt that you can give, is that Brittany Griner's 6'9" and maybe she didn't try to clock her in the jaw. But like, I'm sorry.
To a lot of fans watching the replay, it did not look like a normal screen. It looked like Griner moved straight through Clark's body, and the refs called nothing. No foul, no review, no warning, nothing. That is the part that made Fever fans furious, because this was not some random bench player involved. This was Brittany Griner, and this was not the first time her name has been attached to a controversial Caitlin Clark moment.
This is a... Like, I'm going to be real. The referees, there are 3 potential outcomes. Or there are 2 potential outcomes to this, what you could see. So, if the refs deem this as intentional, flagrant 2, out of the game. If the ref deems this as unintentional, flagrant 1. The refs didn't even call a common foul. And by the way, if the refs called a common foul, the refs go to the board and upgrade it to either a flagrant 2 or flagrant 1, depending on how they think, what they think about it at the time. My personal opinion, the dropping the shoulder into somebody is a flagrant foul, as seen by this. As seen by this one right here. Caitlin Clark literally got called. She did the same thing. She turned her shoulder, except got someone in the chest on the screen, and it was given as a flagrant foul.
Back in 2025, when Griner was with the Atlanta Dream, fans accused her of body-checking Clark during a game. Then Griner went to the bench and appeared to scream toward Clark from the sideline. People online broke down the clip. Lip readers started weighing in, and the whole thing turned into another firestorm. So when Griner was involved in another physical moment with Clark, this time wearing a Connecticut Sun jersey, fans did not treat it like an accident. They saw a pattern. Different team, different season, same target and same result. Clark on the floor or nearly knocked out of the play, and the officials acting like nothing happened.
She targets Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark was getting grabbed the entire game and didn't get one free throw. Not one. She also got hit in the lip, had a little bloody lip going on before any of this even started, but she balled out. 25 points, 10 for 17 shooting, 5 3 balls. This is the best Caitlin Clark we've ever seen. She could have had 20 freaking assists. Her teammates can't handle her passes yet. Hopefully the chemistry builds and everything works out just fine.
And this is what makes the whole thing look worse. Caitlin Clark is the most watched player in the league. Every camera is on her. Every arena reacts when she touches the ball. Every defender knows where she is. Every referee knows where she is. So when Clark gets hit, grabbed, bumped, or shoved off her line, nobody believes the officials simply missed it. Fans believe they are choosing not to call it. That is why this game felt bigger than one moving screen. It felt like another example of the WNBA letting teams test how much contact Caitlin Clark can take before someone finally steps in. And Griner is a huge part of that conversation because her style is not subtle. She is big, physical, and when she leans into contact, it looks different. It does not look like normal guard pressure. It looks like someone trying to send a message. And fans are tired of Clark being the message. If Griner wants to play that kind of bruising, overseas-style basketball, fine. But this is the WNBA. There are rules. A screen has to be legal, contact has to be controlled, and when a player keeps ending up in these viral moments with the league's biggest star, people are going to ask questions. Because Clark did not just get hit once in this game, she was being grabbed, bumped, and crowded all night. Connecticut clearly came in with a plan. Make her uncomfortable, make every cut painful, make every catch difficult, turn basketball into a fight. And somehow, Caitlin Clark shot 0 free throws. Not one. That is insane. You cannot watch the way Connecticut defended her and seriously believe Clark never earned a trip to the line. She was being chased everywhere. She was fighting through contact. She had defenders leaning on her, bumping her, holding her, and trying to wear her down. But the refs gave her nothing. That was supposed to be Connecticut's advantage. Get physical, push the limit, trust the refs to keep the whistle quiet, and hope Clark gets frustrated. But the Sun made one huge mistake. They forgot that angry Caitlin Clark is dangerous. Clark did not need the free throw line. She went 10 of 17 from the field. She hit 5 threes. She finished with 25 points while Connecticut threw everything at her. Every time the Sun thought they had her rattled, she answered. Deep 3, step back 3, catch and shoot 3. Another dagger. She did not complain her way into the game. She shot her way through it. And then the game got even more dramatic late when Clark picked up a technical foul. Afterwards, she admitted she deserved one of them, but she also called out the delay of game situation and said it felt like the official wanted to insert himself into the game.
The delay of game made no sense. It felt like Tyler wanted to assert himself into the game, and that was ridiculous. Not a point in the game he needed to call that. I went and got the ball, went off my foot off the scores table, and then he gave us a delay of game, which is a team technical foul, so you can ask Tyler. I don't agree with that.
That is a huge statement. Clark does not usually say things like that unless she is fed up, and by that point, why wouldn't she be? She had been hit, crowded, denied calls, and then punished for reacting. But this is where the story changed, because Connecticut spent so much energy trying to break Caitlin Clark that they forgot about Sophie Cunningham, and Sophie made them pay. In the fourth quarter, when the Sun were trying to claw back into the game, Cunningham exploded for 11 points in roughly 2 minutes.
Has Griner on her, which means Boston for the kick out. Another one! Clark gets it to Boston. Cunningham.
That was not just a hot streak. That was revenge basketball. Clark was drawing attention. Aaliyah Boston was making smart reads. Connecticut kept collapsing into the paint. And Sophie kept finding the open space. Then she started burying them. 3, big shot, another 3. Game over. That was the moment Connecticut's plan fell apart. They wanted to make Caitlin give the ball up. They wanted someone else to beat them. Sophie stepped up and said, no problem. That is why this win was so important for Indiana. It showed the league that the old blueprint might not work anymore. You cannot just hit Clark, trap Clark, frustrate Clark, and expect the Fever to collapse. Because now Clark has help. Sophie can punish you. Boston can pick you apart. Kelsey Mitchell can give you 19. Monique Billings can battle inside. And Clark can still drop 25 without a single free throw. So yes, the Griner moment matters. Yes, the history matters. And yes, fans are right to ask why Brittany Griner keeps ending up in these physical, controversial moments with Caitlin Clark. Because from the Atlanta Dream to the Connecticut Sun, it keeps looking like Clark is being targeted, and the league keeps acting like it cannot see it. But the best part? It still did not work. Griner brought the contact, Connecticut brought the pressure, the refs brought the silence, and Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham brought the explosion. Indiana won 85-75. Clark got hit and still cooked. Sophie came in and shut the door, and Brittany Griner had to watch the whole thing fall apart right in front of her.